Well, afternoon owners, and welcome to week 4 in review and a look into week 5. Today we'll welcome you down here to the Commission's Cave, and we'll start it off with a proud tribute to the Jays, who are playing an important ball game tonight. So hopefully you'll tune in and watch them take on the Orioles to see if they can clinch the wild card spot and advance to play the Texas Rangers, which should be an exciting round if we remember last year and that little bastard Odor and Batista. So hopefully we'll get a win out of the Jays tonight, and then we'll settle back down and get back in football on Thursday night. Also, new addition to the cave this year. I just picked this up. I know all you Patriots fans out there love it. 4 times Super Bowl champs and all 4 years on there. Nice little import from China. About $10. Anybody's interested in some paraphernalia for their own favorite team, stuff like this, stuff like that, give me a shout. I'll put you in contact with it. Relatively cheap. They run around $10 to $15 for some pretty nice banners. So that was my new addition this week. Not allowed to hang it down here, so it's going to go in the garage and only come out on Sundays for football. Anyway, Monday Night Football, not very exciting. No one really was in the running. We needed 40 points plus from Rudolph to get College Crusaders anywhere near a win. So pretty boring Monday night. Not a bad football game. Nice to see the Vikings go to 4-0 and beat out that bum Manning. I can't stand the Giants, so that was good to see. Big weekend for QB injuries. We saw Carson Palmer go down at the end of the game with concussion. We saw Simeon take a bad shot to the shoulder. And we saw Newton also go down with some concussion protocol. Newton's a little better off. He doesn't play till Monday night. Palmer Thursday, so tight turn for him. So we'll see how he does. Simeon, we'll see what he does. Backup came in, played really well as well. On the non-injury side of QBs, Tom Brady comes back to hopefully right the ship as New England got trounced by Buffalo. Trophies this week. Handed out. Too tired. Took the lowest score this week, and it also gave him the lowest score of the season. So he snatched that trophy away from Forsy's Fockers, which is a good thing because that's not a great trophy to have. So his 79.5 got him those. And there we go, Forsy's Fockers. From the worst score of the season on week 1, now he posts a 183.5 points for week 4's highest score, and he takes home the $10 for that. Good job. Okay, let's get down to matches of the week. Game of the week, I'm going to call it the battle of last year's finals. However, this time the tables were turned as Acadian Assassins, led by Blake Bortles, who put up 29 points, held off Huey's Hogs and a high-scoring Phillip Rivers, who put up 32 points. The Hogs fell to 1-3 and only left 4 potential points on the bench, while Assassins left 37 points on the bench. I see it as also not a surprising move today that Huey's Hogs dropped Ray Rice from his team faster than Ray dropped his girlfriend in the elevator. Game number 2 to look at, Tuscany Mayhem continues to struggle as he falls to Mac Daddy's house, who now are 3-1, and Tuscany Mayhem sits at 0-4. That game went 136 to 100. Russell Wilson stepped up this weekend with 35 points for the Mac Daddies. Well, Mayhem's running back, Jordan Howard, who I picked up off of waiver wires last week, got me 21 points as my high scorer on the field. I left 27 points on the bench, but it wasn't enough. As well, Mac Daddy left 21 points on the bench. It should be noted that both Mac Daddy's starting defense, which he started on the field, and the one that sat on his bench, both brought up negative points. I don't think I've seen that before. So, match number 3, we had Steel Curtain slides in another win with a 144 to a 121.5 over Missing Megatron's Johnsons, who now falls to 1-3, and Steel Curtain goes to 2-2. Steel Curtain was led by a high-flying Matt Ryan, who put up 55 points. Meanwhile, Jordan Reed's on the other side of the field for Missing Megatron's Johnson at the tight end position, put up 28 points, but not enough. Missing Megatron only left 8 points on the bench, while Steel Curtain left 29. Johnson's luck ran out in the quarterback again as Trevor Simeon went down in the first half with a shoulder injury. Next week, he gets Brady off suspension, And being a Pats fan, I don't want to see his continuing quarterback troubles in the game. So hopefully Brady will give him a strong game next week. But it's a double-edged sword as I face Megatron's Johnson next week as well. So another match to look at, we had Mean Green Machine 3-1, stopped Connolly's Crusaders winning streak and put him at 3-1, handing him his first loss of the season. And on the back of AJ Green, Mean Green Machine, oh, how do you know that? The Greens. On Thursday night, took him off. Well, on Connolly's side, running back rookie Ezekiel Elliott's 26 points wasn't enough to get him the win. It was a 107.5 to a 130 loss for Connolly. Mean Green left 22 points on the bench. But he might have lost Carson Palmer for this week coming up. Connolly also was the only person that had outside chance to get a comeback win on Monday Night Football. But Kyle Rudolph failed to put up the 40 points plus that were needed to do that. After a week 1 loss with the fewest points, Forsey's Fockers have been rolling an impressive 183.5 to a 145 win over Lucas Kickers that takes him to 3-1, while the Kickers fall to 2-2. Julio Jones led the team with a 60-point week. That's great. While Lucas Bess were sitting on the bench, and on the field, Levon Bell put up 27 points for her. 55 points left on the bench, took away a win from Lucas, while Forsey left none on the bench for a perfectly set team. So our dog of the week this week was the Battle of the Beisel Brothers, which turned into more like name-calling and hair-pulling. Jethro's Heroes remains undefeated at 4-0 on a 134 to 79.5 win over Too Tired, who go to 0-4, sitting with the commish as the bottom of their divisions. Too Tired also posted this season's worst score at 79.5, even with 21 points from Mark Ingram, while Melvin Gordon led Jethro's with 23 points. Jethro left 5 points on the bench, while Too Tired left 14. Maybe next year, Too Tired will look into skipping his wife's birthday and coming to the draft himself and not letting his brother do it. We've seen what turns out there. Okay, fantasy point leaders for week number 4. Number 5 came in at Steve Smith Sr. He's Baltimore wide receiver. He was on Team Lucas Kickers on the bench. AJ Green came in at number 4. Cincinnati wide receiver for Mean Green Machine. Number 3 was Ben Rapisberger, the quarterback for Pittsburgh, put up 49 points. He sat on Acadian Assassin's bench. Matt Ryan, the Atlanta quarterback, put up 55 points for Steel Curtain. And number 1 this week, of course, was Julio Jones, Atlanta wide receiver, put up over 300 yards on the field to Matt Ryan's 500 yards passing and gave him 60 points for Team Forsey in their win. The top tight end was Jordan Reed for Washington, Megatron's Johnson. Top defensive player was Zach Brown, not the band, the player. Buffalo linebacker put up 27.5 points. New England game, watch that. That guy was all over the place. Defense, the Broncos for Team Lucas put up 17 points. And the number 1 kicker last week was a Thursday night game. It was Mike Nugent. He put up, Cincinnati, he put up 19 points. He's on the waiver wire. Okay, let's get down to week 5 matchups. Number 1 game of the week, we got missing Megatron's Johnson at 1-3. Will be led by Tom Brady if he puts him in the lineup. And we'll take on the 0-4 Tuscany Mayhem in the Battle of the East Division basement. A 23-point victory by myself will catapult me over top of missing Megatron's Johnson into second last place and get me out of the basement if that works. Hopefully Monday Night Football will be the thing. Mayhem I need to win, as I'm going to start Winston as quarterback for Tampa in that game against Carolina, and hopefully he'll put up numbers like Matt Ryan did against Carolina last weekend. But my pick for that game, I'm unfortunately going against myself, and I believe Megatron Johnson will probably come ahead, and I'll remain at the basement. Number 2 game we're going to look at Connolly's Crusaders 3-1. We'll try to get the Crusade back on track as he marches into Mac Daddy's 3-1 as the favorite. This should be Mac Daddy's biggest test so far this season, with his number 1 quarterback on a bye week and needing the bearded Fitzpatrick to step up his game in Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Connolly's Crusaders in that matchup. Steel Curtain 2-2 takes on the powerful 3-1 Mean Green Machine. Mean Green may run into quarterback problems as Carson Palmer's concussion is a game day decision on a short week, so Thursday, and Alex Smith is on a bye, so unless he gets on the waiver wires, he could be stuck. Curtain's bye should be easily replaced prior from the bench, and we'll see if Matt Ryan and the Julio Jones air show will continue at Mile High. For him, I'd pick Steel Curtain in that matchup. Too Tired 0-4 takes on a struggling Huey's Hogs at 1-3. Too Tired has 4 starts on bye week, while Huey's lineup is solid. I see this as the dog of the week for next week, with the Hogs blowing out Too Tired. Too Tired might have to wait till week 8 when there's the battle between Too Tired and Tuscany Mayhem. At that point, we both might be sitting at 0-7, so it might be the battle of the first win. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, in that matchup, I'm going to take Huey's Hogs. And what us guy owners have been waiting for all year, this year's girl-on-girl action. The 2-2 Assassins take on the 2-2 Kick-Ass. It just dawned on me that both ladies owners have ass in their team. Nice. Buys don't seem to have much effect this week either, lineups, but Camp's concussion could be something to watch on the Lucas kicker side. He has until Monday, though, to see whether or not he starts, and hopefully this Monday night will be a classic. Who knows? With Cam's head and Ben hosting the Jets, I take the Acadia Assassins from that matchup. And here we go, the match to watch, outside of the girl-on-girls, is Jethro's Heroes 4-0, sees his toughest opponent, the 3-1 Forces Fockers. Tongue twister. Can Julio fly in the thin air of Mile High? Can a quarterback off the bench replace Drew Brees for Jethro's Heroes? Forces Fockers lineup is intact, while Jethro has 4 starters from last week on bye. This matchup, I'm going to take Forces Fockers. Okay. Wrap things up. Things for Thursday. Thursday night's game, we got Arizona out on the coast to take on the 49ers. So if you got players on either of those teams, take a look at that. Thing to look for that one is Carson Palmer, if he's going to start or not with that head injury. Monday Night Football sees the Bucks up the coast to Carolina. Hopefully the Hurricanes moving through. Should be long gone by then. They'll just be mopping up if anything comes on shore. And this game will be, hopefully some games in our league will be riding on a Monday night game. Bye teams for week number 5. We got 4 teams sitting out. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, New Orleans Saints, and the Seattle Seahawks. That's it for me. Have a good week. Go Blue, go Jays, go. And we'll talk to you again next Tuesday.